Welcome to OverSeasoned.
It's only going to take one take.
I actually kicked him out of the restaurant.
Why?
Gotta bitch to someone.
Gotta bitch to somebody, and I'm good to bitch to.
I thought you were from Spain.
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Sí soy.
Gotcha.
Soy chorizo.
Oh, no.
You've gone into Martha Stewart land.
It's good. It's just not live.
Whatever.
Okay.
It's like a scene from Cocoon. Like the sun goes down.
You don't want to get blacklisted.
You know what, Mr. President? Is this what you want? OverSeasoned. In Reno at the Abbey West Studios, right? Or West Abbey?
Abbey West Recording.
Abbey West Recording. Live. For now. In this moment. So, as we look ahead to a couple big events coming up, Tony, we've got, Halloween just around the corner. And then after that, we've got like maybe it's the eating Olympics of American festivities.
Sure.
Yeah. And I feel like Thanksgiving is one of those things that it's like the Super Bowl for people who like to cook.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like it's a culmination of many months of not having to see people that you normally, you know what I mean? It's
sure.
Like, and you just want to. The only thing that gets you through some of your family times is that extra gravy on the stuff.
Okay.
I feel like.
I'm curious how well, go ahead.
What? Tell me.
I'm curious how Thanksgiving went in your house, coming from a Puerto Rican and Spanish family. Who did the cooking?
Wow. So it's interesting because there's obviously zero Thanksgiving in Spain. Puerto Rico has some Thanksgiving. They have some, right? And it doesn't matter what the occasion is for a Puerto Rican. It could be the death of an uncle. It could be a christening. It could be Thanksgiving. There's going to be arroz con gandules, which is the rice with pigeon peas.
Uh-huh.
And there's going to be pernil. There's going to be like a big-ass, slow-cooked, crunchy-skinned pork shoulder with garlic.
That's okay. That's your Thanksgiving.
That's always, yes, no matter the occasion, right? Uncle so-and-so just got out of jail. Let's make that. Those two things are happening, right? But like, I feel like everybody does their things, right? Like my Italian friends would always do lasagna.
Really?
Yeah. I had some close friends who were from Dominica, just like kind of close to Martinique and all that stuff. Not Dominican Republic.
Okay, Dominica.
Mostly African. And they would do like brown stewed goat.
Interesting.
For their Thanksgiving. So, I mean, I'm sure everybody brings their own.
Lots of bones. Every goat dish usually has a lot of bones in it. They don't seem to.
Great for rice, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
But there's always, you always have to pick through it. It usually comes like frozen and cubed and you braise that.
I don't know if it's a Caribbean thing. I don't know if it's, because I don't know that Spaniards necessarily into it, but my mom, like all the Caribbean people, I think were into bones. Like just chewing through shit. You know what I mean? Like think about your day and like get that last little nugget of like collagen off the edge of a chicken bone.
You love that.
I do.
You love that.
It feels right.
You and a chicken wing.
Yeah, dude, are you kidding me? I'm a chicken wing lover. I love chicken wings and I will eat every bit. You know that little weird wingtip part?
Gone.
That is beauty. That is crunchy. That is that poor soul, right? In like that never got picked for soccer, right? Like is always like the one who doesn't get. It's 10 on 10, and there's the one odd man out, right? The loser. Mm-hmm. That tip of the chicken wing is that on the chicken. You know what I mean? Like it should get glory. It doesn't. Anyway, so. I made a huge discovery, Tony.
Really?
Like, it's going to blow your mind. So, I went to go buy steaks a couple weeks ago in Sarasota. I was recommended by this guy, Keith, who owns a fantastic coffee shop called Perk. It's probably the best coffee shop in the United States that I've been to so
Where is
far.
it?
It's in Sarasota.
Okay.
It's an incredible coffee shop. He's
What
ruined
What
me.
do you like about?
First off, single lot, single varietal processed coffees from like great roasters throughout the country. He's got stuff coming from Hart, which is I think like a Nordic inspired roaster. All very clean, balanced, soft roast coffees. Lots of Ethiopian stuff. And then he does stuff from Three Ships, which might be my favorite coffee on the planet.
Really? I haven't heard of Three Ships.
I think it's called Three Ships. I think they're from one of the beaches, Myrtle Beach or something like that.
Okay.
In Virginia. But their specialty is natural coffees, which you know I love.
Sure.
And they do incredible single varietal, single batch natural coffees that are super fruity and incredible in cold brew.
Do coffees usually blend the beans?
Yes. I'd say the majority of commodity coffee is blended.
Oh,
It's
okay.
all the
Commodity.
different
I get
beans.
it. They just
Yeah,
you
they
mix
just
it up.
throw
Right.
whatever parcels and
Right.
But these are all like
I feel like all the coffees that we've been having recently are single.
yes, single variety.
Yeah.
For sure. So Keith is like, yo, I always ask him like, yo, where do you get fish? Where do you get meat? Oh, you guys went grilling? Like, where, what's your favorite bakery? He's like in the town, knows all the people. And he's like, I asked him where to get steaks. And he's like, oh, I always go to this place called Okies. Is it Okies? No, shit. No, Alpine. He goes, there's a place called Alpine. And I'm like, oh, sweet. They'll cut your own steak. It's steak to thickness that you want. They have dry aged. They have all kinds of cool cuts. Everything from lamb, pasture raised to pork, whatever it is. So I go, and it's like a half steakhouse, half butcher shop. And it's cool. They got stocks. I mean, pretty much anything from...
And you can eat there too.
And you can eat there too.
We just went to a great one down in Buenos Aires.
Yes, exactly. So...
what was that place called? Do you recall?
What was it? A butcher shop?
It was a butcher shop we went to.
Corte.
They had the
Carniceria.
restaurant next to it.
That's correct. Yes. So, I'm looking for this place. I like drive up, and it's cool. It's like in the older part of Sarasota. It's got like some. It's got like a 60s America feel. It feels like Austin or like here a little bit, right? Old signage and like old strip malls. And then in the window it says. They are the king, the inventor, the starting point, ground zero for your prince of foods. The one thing you've always wanted to have.
Me?
Yes.
From a protein standpoint?
It's like, I think if there's one thing that keeps you up at night, it is this item.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but give me another hint.
Another hint. 3 for 1.
3 for 1?
Yeah. Yeah. What's another one?
I don't know. I'm intrigued. 3 for 1.
Yeah. 3 for 1.
Give me another hint.
Okay, another hint.
It's a Thanksgiving dish. Okay.
Another hint is all are birds. All are birds.
I'm going to feel so stupid once you actually
No,
say this.
I think
All are birds? All are birds.
All are
Is this-
birds.
Okay.
Well, should I let you
Just
know?
tell me.
They are the Alpine Steakhouse is, according to them, the inventor of the turducken.
Really? That's not my favorite.
I know. Are you sad now?
4 for 1? 3 for 1?
3 for 1, all birds.
Oh, got it. That was deep. Okay.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to
They're
give
the
it to you.
inventor of the turducken. This
So
has
they
got to
say.
be like a French thing. There's no way it's an American thing.
Oh, you think the fancy French were the ones who
That would be my
invented the
guess.
turducken?
That would be my guess.
Come on, no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, not the name of it, of course, but the Dean de Ballantine or Ballantine de Dean or something like that. I could see.
You think so? We're gonna have to find this out. We're gonna have to fact check
We are.
this. We're going to have to get CNN on this. Anyway.
You really think it's an American inspired dish? I could see like a
Listen.
maybe in America,
Okay.
but somewhere like a Louisiana type of a
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Creole type of a
Who
thing.
would ever think that in Sarasota, Florida, they invented anything from a culinary standpoint?
Okay.
I could see them inventing. Well, you know that the Barnum Brothers and Bailey Circus, you know they're from Sarasota also.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, they could have invented tiger soup, right? After they have to retire all the tigers that they aren't supposed to use in their things.
Gosh.
I don't know. That's where the cat lady's from.
So turducken, what do you remember what they had in it?
I think it's exactly as it said,
A
right?
turkey, a duck, and
I've
a
never
chicken.
had one. So I think I'm going to skip the bullshit this year. I'm not going to fucking get stock. I am not going to make stuffing. I am not even going to look at one haricot vert. Nothing. I'm dialing it in this year. I am going to order
everything.
a quart of gravy. I am going to order a turducken.
Really?
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
How many people are you feeding?
I don't know. Probably just 3.
That's a large.
Well, this is why I don't think I'm going to put the effort that I put. Like last year, I put every year. I put blood, sweat, and tears. I'm like Dennis Rodman getting rebounds to cook a fucking mashed potatoes that is like this. 1, 2, 3 dollops. Then it just goes right into the fridge for like a week.
Sure.
It's a lot of work.
For a small group, for sure.
I don't know, man. It's just like, am I getting tired?
I hear you. I do
old
the
and
same
grumpy?
thing. I'm kind of ordering half of the stuff. You know?
Look, it takes a lot of strength and discipline to be able to do that. To be able to, pick and choose your battles. Like, what for example is worthy of entering the home from outside, and what must be made by your hands. Like, how do you divvy that up?
Well, I would, of course, roast the turkey myself.
Right.
But
Right.
I'll get it perhaps pre-brined. I don't even remember what I'm getting this year because I'm getting it from a farm out in the North Fork. So you have to like pre-order it and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And we're getting it ahead of time so that I can brine it because I like to brine a turkey.
Yeah. I've never done it because I'm a procrastinator.
Yeah, you have to be prepared the day in advance and all that kind of stuff. But
I-
it's so much better.
Listen, I make a slamming turkey. I listened to Alton Brown one time at 12 years old, and from that moment I fucked up.
Guy's
what
been
he
around a
said.
long time.
Yes, I fucked up what he said because he does the reverse sear. He does 250 for like 2 hours up front, and then blast it for like the last 30, 45 minutes. Right, so it just goldens.
Yeah,
I did the opposite. I, with my dyslexic brain, said, "Oh, sear it and then bring the temperature."
You can
down.
certainly do that.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm not messing with my mojo.
Because I like to, because you have
Turkeys
to
are
get
always
you have
juicy.
to get the oven pretty hot anyway.
Right, because you're putting so much.
Right. So
Mass
even to cook it at
inside of it.
250, you still got to get it up to 500
Yeah.
and then turn it down once you get the turkey in after 15, 20 minutes. Otherwise, it would just, you put it in at 250, it's going to put
Go
the
down to
turkey in.
100,
Right.
right?
So then it's going to take an hour to get back up to temperature.
Okay. So, would you eat turducken?
Of course, I'd eat it. I wouldn't prepare it, but I would
Yeah.
try. I wouldn't be excited about it. I wouldn't.
No, huh?
No.
I'm trying to think of what it would look like. Is it like a
mess.
cross?
A total mess.
It's like
So first, to do it right, you have to bone out the turkey. You can't do it like with all the bones.
Okay.
For one thing, stuff's not going to really fit together. You know, you can't.
It's like a bird caterpillar.
And I never said that the chicken, or what's that movie?
Yeah, it's a rough one. It's a rough movie.
Not a caterpillar, but yeah. What was it? Let's not. Let's not.
Okay.
There was a sequel though. I haven't seen that one.
There was a sequel.
There was a sequel. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I don't believe I saw the sequel, but I would have forgotten about it. So now maybe that'll be a Thanksgiving treat. after everybody goes to bed. Reminds me of that turducken. Speaking of it now, I don't want to go anywhere near a turducken after that. Nope.
Well, see,
But
the thing is,
I never understood the chicken duck part. Turducken, right? Because the chicken and the duck are the same size. Really. It's a different,
you can get bigger ducks. And I guess you can get capons too.
capons. Yeah, of course.
Is it capons?
Yeah. But also, it's hard to fit all those things together. So you have to bone out the turkey, bone out everything, really, if you're going to do it right.
What a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Bone out the.
That's why you have to order it from a place. Because you're.
But what if they're not boned out? What if they
You can't.
What if they brood it? They just like a duck comes in and they're like, oh,
Just shoved it all in
Yeah,
there.
just
Because
like,
how are you
fuck
going to cut that up? Think about it. How are you going to cut it up so that you can't cut through the breastbone into the duck breastbone into the quail? Really, it's what it'd have to be at that point, right? So it has to be
Yeah.
boned out, and then you end up with this massive kind of Jabba the Hutt looking turkey thing that goes in the oven. Then you have to hammer it. You have to cook the chicken or the whatever's in the middle, quail, whatever you're
But
playing with,
here's
like
the
a
question.
Matryoshka doll.
what if?
Matryoshka, what is that? The Russian dolls, right?
I don't have the. I need the Russian studies. I don't have the
Well,
Russian studies.
you know what I mean. The dolls that fit in each other,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do. Yes.
So
the babushkas.
that means grandmother, but
Yeah.
the turkey, then the chicken or the duck, which might be a little fancier,
What
so I
if
could see
you
duck.
were
But
to
then there's the
sous
fat in
vide?
there. I'm sure there's some sous vide. You can try to
Einstein this
Yes.
thing or Frankenstein this thing.
But you're really it's a called a ballotine.
Okay.
Right. So it's like.
What
I'm
would
sure
a
you've
traditional ballotine be?
like chicken that you boned out. You have a farce in the middle of it. You tie it up into
In a farce?
a farce is ground like the
Ground
leg meat
meat.
ground up with pistachio, whatever you want in there, like a sausage, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Filled with that, the gizzards, the liver, all that kind of stuff. You put that
All
in
the
there.
shit nobody wants.
Tie it around there, and then you can kind of tighten it with plastic wrap, so it's a nice even sausage. Like
Okay.
a nice even big sausage, basically.
Okay.
Then you poach it until it's cooked through, and then you'd sear it and roast it to heat it through, after, or have it cold.
And this is with the chicken boned out.
Of course.
And then when you slice it, it looks like
Yeah, you got this nice chicken meat around with like the farce in the middle.
right. That's the part that I'm struggling with on the turducken.
That's the part.
Well, I'm struggling with.
You should order it and just see what happens.
If
Guaranteed.
I don't look. If I was special, look. You know how like dad is supposed to get the big piece of chicken.
Sure.
Okay. So if I have a few friends over, family, friends, and we start to eat turducken, if I don't get a slice that has at least some chicken, some duck, and some turkey in it,
Think about that
all
slice.
hell is
Think
breaking
about the
loose.
slice. Think about the mess. You have a roasting pan, so of a big blobby turkey, right?
Why is it
Stuffed-
blobby?
Well, it doesn't have any bones. I mean, it's used filling it back up, but it doesn't have any bones.
Maybe he's just like,
No.
You don't
It's
think,
like
you don't think he's got
it's
a little.
kind of like a bean bag that you're
Okay.
roasting, right?
Got it. Right.
And then to cut
So like a-
that
like a
into like
jellyfish
a
of
nice
turkey.
cross section to get that perfect view of everything, you're looking at a piece
Yeah.
of
it's
something
a
like
fucking
this.
thick
It's like
guy.
a ham steak size slice of something.
It's gonna be not
But
good.
then it's all kind of falling apart at the same time. You're going to be cutting it. It's going to be
also
like
gonna have 3 colors.
that's kind
It's
of
gonna
what you
be
want.
White chicken, dark duck, and then turkey. Which there's no way you can keep that thing juicy. Is there?
Well, if you brine it, you can if you brine it all separately, I guess, then put it together. But
If you brine it, you can get over.
think
a
if
lot
you
of
have a
things.
chicken in the middle, and it's probably not a whole chicken at that point. They're probably putting chicken breast or like boned out pieces of chicken in there to make it fit.
Maybe that's what they do.
It could be. Then it's just like a mixed mash in a way. But
Then it seems like a lot of extra work for something.
It's a
where
lot of extra
the
work.
sum
Yes.
of the parts, none of them
no.
are better together. All of them
Well,
are
think
better.
about to get
separately.
that. A quail is what would really fit in there at the smallest point, right? So,
Yeah.
so to cook the quail to
Uh-huh.
a point where it's edible, you have to completely hammer the turkey whatever else. You have to cook it
Right.
through, right? So we don't even put stuffing in turkeys anymore, rarely. Because
Right.
to cook the egg mixture in the stuffing, complete with the bird all trussed together, you have to completely overcook
Annihilate it.
the turkey.
Yes.
So I don't even put stuffing in turkey anymore. Usually, and I don't even truss it. I just let those legs hang open.
Yeah.
So you get that nice.
That
I'll
loose
put like
turkey.
I'll put like a clove of garlic, a head of garlic chopped in half and some lemon or something. But it's not stuffed flat, so there's still like airs going through there, so it's kind of cooking from the inside as well.
So it's a spatch turk.
It's not spatchcock, but I would do that if you had the space. That's like you need a
Right.
big, right?
Right.
And I have like a toaster oven where I live now, so I can't really do that. So I usually will take the legs off and cook those over the stuffing or in the stuffing,
Is there
kind
a
of.
small part of you though that is sad that you have to pull the legs off?
No.
'Cause, like that's the first thing I'm going for.
Yeah.
Like when that turk comes out of the oven and it's got like that one bubble of the skin just came up, and as soon as you pop it, a little juice is gonna come out.
Sure.
Like it's just like it's like the golden smoke, like the waves are coming off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's all excited. The Cowboys are losing. It's just beautiful this Thanksgiving afternoon, right? There's something that feels right about just grabbing that leg.
You
and
can
then
do it,
tricks
sure.
you.
I
And
just
then-
like to do it separate because I like to not have to cook the breasts the same
right,
duration
because
that I'm
you
cooking
want the
the
breast less, no?
Well, yeah, a little bit, because
Right,
you just
'cause
want the
that's how you
breast
keep it
cooked through,
juicy.
but you want the legs. I like even chicken legs. I'll roast the hell out of them. I like it so you can pick the bone up and the bone will come out, but the meat will stay on. I like it really cooked, the
Yeah.
legs.
I
So I tend to do the legs separate, start those earlier, maybe even.
Does it upset you at all that the turkey decided it was a good idea to have extra bones inside of its leg?
No.
I think that's fucked up.
I think I used to work at a place where we used to pull those out. You like
I've
rip them out with a
seen-
pair of needle nose pliers before you cook it.
Before you cook
Yeah,
it.
but if it's cooked well, you're not like slicing it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're just like,
I feel like the leg is one of those. The wing and the leg are one of those like special family member privileges.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you're the aunt that brought the pumpkin pie, you might have a quicker, you know what I mean, like a first seat before the nephew who like all he does is like complain and play on his phone,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, I can get with that.
Yeah. But okay, so then you separate.
Are you still getting a turducken? Because you probably have to pre-order it like soon. Just curious if you're going to go that route.
Okay, you
Wanna
know
try
what
it
I'm
out?
gonna do? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do an over/under.
On
If it's less than $99, I will get one.
okay,
If it's over $99, I feel like it's a waste.
how many do you think they sell? The owner,
I don't know.
the originators of the turducken. It could be a huge.
Well, with the enthusiasm that we have wanting to try this thing, I'm sure they'd love to come on the show and tell us all about.
I bet it's over $99. That's my guess.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Alpine Steakhouse, Sarasota. We're going to find out.
And they do the other. What else are you going to purchase this year? All of it?
I guess I'll just get some stuffing and some other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the first thing it fucking says, Tony? Right under it.
Since opening in 1975,
Under
Alpine
that.
Turducken.
There you go. It's the first thing. Okay, well, yes. Since opening in 1975, Alpine Steakhouse has become a cultural landmark. A cultural landmark in Sarasota. Alpine is a restaurant, meat market, butcher shop, and blah, blah, blah. The first thing it says is turducken.
Okay.
They're
How much?
really... All right, let's see.
I bet they have a special way they do it. I would like to see how they do it.
Dude. I'm not going to lie. They make it look pretty good. It doesn't look... It looks like a turkey stuffed with copa salami.
Oh, so they cut... let me see the photo.
Check out the photo. And then I'm going to read the blurb that they have.
Okay. Ah.
Interesting, huh?
I can't quite tell what's going on there, but it looks tasty.
It looks tasty, no?
Yeah.
All right, it says Alpine Steakhouse is the first and remains the only place in the whole state that sells fresh turducken, a contemporary Cajun dish.
Cajun. See, I knew
The
it.
dish is immensely complicated, requiring the knife skills of a surgeon, and the actual roasting time takes 16 hours
What?
to prepare.
Crikey.
Our turducken is a boneless chicken stuffed inside a boneless duck, stuffed inside a boneless turkey.
Well, true to the name.
3 layers of stuffing between each bird.
Wow.
This is like a parfait.
How do you order it? Because I'm curious if you get the whole turkey or if they like do it on some kind of like large sheet pan type of a situation and then
Like
just
a-
cut
like a
sections.
bird
like a bird
lasagna?
lasagna. Yeah.
3 layers of stuffing. Okay. Cornbread stuffing with sage sausage, sauteed onions, and celery. So we just added Mr. Pig to the party. Spinach stuffing with all the goodies, including sauteed onions, bell peppers, celery, Parmesan cheese, and fresh garlic. Our homemade andouille sausage with fresh roasted red bell peppers on top. Whoa!
Yeah.
How much could this be? Oh, so they have a half turducken roll.
Roll.
Get the fuck out. Listen to this. They have a half turducken roll, a turducken roll, a turducklet, and a turducken. I got to click on a turducklet.
I think that's where you're going to go.
Shit. Our delicious turducklet. 13 to 17 pounds.
What? That's the let?
Serves up to 15 guests.
Holy shit.
That one is $195.
Yeah.
Turducken roll, half. Oh! Half turducken roll, 4 to 6 pounds. The latest and greatest version of the turducken serves about 7 guests. This party pleaser is chicken breasts stuffed inside turkey breast, stuffed inside stuffed inside a duck breast, stuffed inside a turkey breast. Whew!
So roll. So they might do the same kind of Ballantine thing
I think
where it's not necessarily the big Jabba the Hutt stuffed thing, but
right. It's a turkey Ballantine, I guess.
Yep.
No?
There you go. Right. Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good. I'll have to
All
trust
right.
the originators to come up with a good plan.
It's just it feels sad to me to not have a wing. Like
You can get turkey wings separate.
I guess so.
You have to now. You have to get the turducken.
Like I said, the leg is half the pleasure.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Fee fi fo fum. It just feels right.
Everybody seems to like the leftovers more than the turkey itself. Not leftovers but like I'll make a turkey salad the next day with the breast.
Turkey salad.
Turkey salad sandwiches. Usually I'll mix it with a little bit of very mustardy mayo. You know?
Ooh.
Red
kind of mustard you
onions.
Little
Whatever's
brown?
around. I usually have no, not brown. Like a Dijon.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
Fancy.
Fancy. Maybe some grain.
Right.
Dijon
little
mix.
texture.
There you go.
Little Jewel Shapiro.
Yeah, Julian Shapiro's special.
Yes, special mustard blend.
Apples. We should put apples in it.
Whoa.
And celery. Fresh, like
Are we
crunchy
going
celery.
green apple? We going granny's?
Whatever's around. It's all fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you put raisins in it?
I have not thought about that yet.
Good. Don't do it.
I don't think I will.
Okay, good.
It wasn't
Good.
wasn't my first go-to.
Yeah. It wasn't a test.
But it's definitely like that's that curried chicken salad sandwich you're thinking about that always has raisins in it.
You know,
Right?
it's funny you
That's what you're
mentioned
thinking
this.
of.
It's funny you mentioned
Yeah.
this because I know I have some close Indian alliances. I have my girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
no? She is very against curried chicken salad.
Really?
Very against.
Well, she grew up in South America, right?
Well, she's Guyanese,
Right.
but she's Indian, and she feels like curried chicken salad's an abomination against curry, because curry should. I think the reasoning is curry should be cooked, and adding curry to chicken salad is the opposite of what a curry is.
Interesting. All right.
You know what I mean?
I get you.
Kind of like the paella thing.
Curry is one of those things that has a lot of different connotations to it.
Yes.
I think it's like, what is it in the Philippines? What's the name escaping me right now?
Which one?
Adobo. Adobo
Yes.
means like
Whatever you decide
put
to
soy
cook
sauce
chicken
in.
or pork.
In soy sauce.
Yeah. So, okay. For me, my favorite part of the post-Thanksgiving is when no one's around and you open the fridge for the first time. You know what I mean? Like you have that first moment by yourself where no one's there to judge you and you can just like have a congealed piece of turkey breast or the thigh. Thigh's real nice after it's had a chance.
If it's still around.
Yeah.
You save it. You got to save it. If you're doing the carving, just got to pop that piece separate so no one digs around on it on the platter.
Smart. But yeah, I like that late night bite, that like by yourself bite. It's like it's a moment where you know what I mean? Nobody's there to fuck with you.
You're like, God bless America.
Yes.
Gonna have a cold turkey.
This turducken is gonna be so good. So I'm gonna definitely try it.
Get it and get some turkey legs, just 2 if you want. Just roast those
Yeah.
separate. You can get wings separate too.
Yeah.
Just roast those separate
That's
for
a
your little
great idea.
snacky snack and do the turducken.
I think I might do
I'm
that.
excited to see how
I do
it comes
make
out.
great stuffing. I probably make the best stuffing I've ever made.
Oh, there we go.
You don't why?
I don't know.
How about
Tell me
that?
your stuffing recipe.
Okay.
Okay.
So for starters, since I'm not supposed to eat gluten, I fucking go in. This is my chance. This is my moment.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So all caution to the wind.
Martin's potato bread?
No.
Really?
No. Step 1. Find the crustiest looking sourdough or marble rye available.
Marble rye.
Crusty. Something crusty.
Marble rye.
Yeah. Something with a little gumption to it. A little,
Okay.
right? A little layer of flavor. But I want it to look like it came from old, decrepit hands.
Okay.
Not like that soft roll. I want it to be like
Rustic.
a
Rustica.
Nona. You know what I mean? She's been like, you can feel the anger, the resentment. I should have went to school, right? I wanted to be a writer. So it's crusty, and then chop that guy up into nice little chunks. Oven, right? Make croutons essentially.
Yeah, because you're never ahead of the game enough to make it stale. The stale thing is just that this is what you use with day old bread, right? But you don't have to make it stale. Just toast it a little bit.
Yeah. So nice chunks of bread, and then saute down a bunch of onions. Let's call it 2 big yellow onions, a stalk of celery, and throw a couple friends in there.
Sure.
Sage, tons of sage, not a little sage.
The rubbed sage.
Tons of
chopped
chopped
fresh
sage.
Oh.
And I'm going butter, right?
Yeah,
I don't
but use fresh sage. You don't use for me, the Thanksgiving flavor is that
I go
rubbed
fresh
sage. Really?
Fresh sage.
Or that a little packet of Bell's turkey seasoning as poultry seasoning, which has a lot of rubbed sage in it.
Well, I'm definitely going to go to Alpine Steakhouse because they have what's not it. There's a new level of stock. It's not broth. It's not stock. Oh, bone broth.
Yeah.
Right. Bone
It's
broth.
stock. It's stock.
Yeah. It's. So I get that, and then once my mirepoix has just sweat, right? Tons of sage, and then garlic, of course, and then all of the poultry friends. You must have maybe 1 whole sprig of rosemary.
Sure.
Right? So it just scents the veggies as they're sweating down. And then what are the other friends that show up to this party? They're
herb-wise?
Yeah.
Whatever you got.
Chervil.
You know?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You have okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen chervil in for sale around.
Dude,
in a grocery
I feel
store.
they add it into the poultry bundle. It just shows up.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to.
There's a couple other friends in there. It's not oregano, but oregano's friend. Oregano has a
Savory?
homie.
Summer savory?
Maybe something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, so throw those in, chopped up. But the start of the show, as we know, is sage.
Yeah.
Right? And then once your liquid you add your stock to all that, and let's call it even, an even amount of cups of dried crouton to that. You just mix those up. It turns into
Mush.
dog's vomit consistency.
Sounds fantastic. Yeah.
Fresh Alpo. And then and then I chop up a bunch of pats, chunks of butter, put them on top after I've laid said Alpo, chopped Alpo, into a aluminum bin, because we care about the environment every week of the year except for Thanksgiving.
Sure.
That aluminum's going right in. Well, actually, my mom will catch me trying to throw this aluminum out, and she'll reuse it 18 times. I'm sure the same last year's turkey aluminum will be used this year. She's a thrifty one. And so you throw it in the oven like you're baking a pie, 375 or so.
Yeah, it's basically savory bread pudding. Do you put eggs in it?
No.
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 Not even a
No.
whisper of a yolk.
That is correct. It's stock, onions, carrots.
But how does it?
Bro, it just cooks. So let's call it 45 minutes in the oven.
When did
and
you stop putting eggs in
it?
it?
Crust on top.
Okay.
So it's like and then when you pull it out, it's just onions and all the stuff, and all the moisture has turned into into the stuffing,
Sure.
right?
Sure. But no eggs.
No, because I feel like the eggs make it it's like cake at that point.
I mean, it's basically a savory bread pudding. That's what you're making.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, right. Yeah.
but eggs just kind of hold it all together and bind it for me. You don't need a
Okay.
lot, like 4 to 6 in like a nice half pan.
We might have to do a Thanksgiving off.
I'm down.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But anyway,
Sausage.
no sausage.
I've never really understood the oyster stuffing thing. I've always been intrigued by it,
Oh,
but I've never wanted to make the
is
attempt.
that a real thing? I've never actually
Yeah,
had oyster
it's
stuffing.
a real thing.
Is it? Was it a Philly thing?
I don't know, but it's definitely an American thing.
I don't want to find
Like oyster cornbread
like
stuffing.
an oyster inside my stuff.
I agree with you.
That
But
feels like somebody made a mistake.
It's definitely a piece of Americana, I think.
I think
oyster
so.
stuffing.
Well, oysters used to be like the go-to protein, I feel like, in the Northeast.
Certain
years
areas,
ago.
for sure.
And,
That just is not a flavor I'm looking for. Surf and
I'm
turf
getting
turkey.
more and more into baked and roasted and cooked oysters. I've always been a raw oyster guy.
Well, now you're in the South.
That's true. I forget where I was.
They're just a bigger, kind of a flabbier,
Well,
we'll say,
I don't-
oyster that
I don't necessarily
takes to
love
cooking
Gulf
better.
oysters. I've had a couple good ones.
Well, but they cook them.
Yeah, they're
Right.
into cooking them. But yeah, I don't necessarily want to find any kind of seafood in my stuffing.
I'm with you.
Like a shrimp.
I'm out. But no sausage, no eggs
It
in
feels like
yours.
a risk, an unnecessary risk.
I like
to
a
take.
sausage and egg. Same thing you just said, all
Does
of it,
any
but some
seafood
eggs and
show up at
sausage.
Thanksgiving? I don't think so. When I think about it,
No. Maybe like
What
a
is
deviled egg with a little smoked salmon or something on it.
Whoa.
Occasionally, sometimes.
that's straight out the Dijon cookbook.
Yeah.
That's nice. Maybe one little piece of chive on top, like that one ribbon.
Little
of chive.
bâton
Yeah.
de ciboulette. And
Okay.
that's where your chervil comes in.
All right. So
A little
see,
sprig of dill.
so I'm gonna get turducken. I'm gonna make stuffing.
I ordered a turkey. I'm going to do the whole leg off thing like I usually do.
Okay.
Breasts. Have some time to brine it. Not a fancy brine. I don't do like a brown, just,
just salt and sugar.
yeah. And some, you throw some spices in there. I don't think they do that much, anything, because it's
Dude,
not
they
heated.
do.
Well, if you heat it,
Ah.
if you boil the water,
Then it will.
then it certainly will. So yeah, maybe I'll do that this time. Bay leaves. I'm surprised you don't have any bay leaf powder or something from your mom's in the.
Yeah. Look, it's all.
It's all
I'm
in
telling
there.
you that. What is the damn marjoram? Marjoram.
Okay, gotcha.
Woo! God, I was about to have a meltdown trying to think of this fucking oregano friend. Marjoram.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think I'm pretty sure all of us have bought some random dried spice that only makes its way to the front.
Yeah,
In
Bell's
Thanksgiving time.
poultry seasoning, right?
Okay.
That's what I usually get. It has a turkey right on it. You know exactly what it's for. And you're cooking at such a volume that you can use all of it. So you don't have to put it in the back of the cupboard for next
Do
year.
you
Or
do sweet potatoes?
Yeah, sure.
You do.
I used to do a lot
It's
more.
overload, dude.
It's a lot. These
You
days
prefer
I'll do.
sweet potato or you prefer a mashed potato?
That's hard to say. I feel like the family I'm cooking for now, which is like literally not one American
Okay.
besides myself, like sweet potatoes, so I'll go more that direction.
What goes on their sweet potatoes?
I could just do mashed sweet potatoes. That would make them happy.
With oxtail?
I could do that. Or I'll do them if I'm feeling froggy.
Yeah.
I'll do them in half and like
Ooh.
roast it. Like you can get some like pretty fancy,
Yeah.
like long, skinny
Yeah.
sweet potatoes and peel those and roast them whole
Yeah.
with, what did I make one time? I'll render some bacon,
Whoa.
put a little coffee in it and maple syrup, just a little bit of coffee, just a little bit for like some savory flavor.
Oh.
And then maple syrup and then put that over the top. Bacon, fat, everything. Render it out, leave the bacon in the pan, put in maple syrup, some coffee grounds,
You were feeling froggy.
and then pour that over the roasted sweet potatoes.
Is this after it's cooked or
After. So that's done, and you roast the long,
so
skinny
it's like
sweet
a
potatoes.
bacon coffee caramel sauce?
Yeah, but I don't really advertise the coffee. It's just a little bit in there for a little
Yeah.
smoky,
Yeah. Right.
savoriness.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody's fighting for the bathroom in like 2 minutes.
No, it's decaf.
Okay.
And then so I'll do that or mashed potatoes. Usually not both, but I have
Would
this
you-
family that.
Would you get real? Would you get like nutty with that? Would you do a little chopped pecan or something? Or
You could certainly put chopped pecans in there. I'm not going to stop you.
all right, cool. Sorry, your family.
Go for it. So my family is more on the Russian side and Luxembourgish and Greek. I've probably talked about this in podcasts. So my holiday dinners are very like, I remember one year I wanted to like, just do leg of lamb. I'm tired. I don't want to do a whole turkey, but everyone rebelled because they want this American experience on Thanksgiving and they love it. So I have a good time providing it for them.
And don't you feel like maybe this is the year for a leg of lamb?
I
love
don't
leg
think
of
that
lamb.
would go over so well. I think I have to stick to the traditional American feast, which I appreciate.
All right, so stuffing.
Except one year,
Okay.
I had to pre-order everything because I wasn't going to be here because I was in the Philippines,
Right.
and I fly back home I get home at midnight,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day. I try to be home for Thanksgiving. Everyone's asleep. The stuff's all put away, wrapped up. Not one little morsel out for me. Not a plate left. Like I
Not a mouse.
thought I'd come home at night and it'd be like Santa Claus would be like a little
"Missed you."
plate of cookies and stuff, and it was like a little wrapped up nicely in
World's
foil.
best dad.
Nope. We couldn't even like get in there to pick out a little piece. It was all
No,
wrapped
it was
up so
perfectly
tightly.
wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're like, keep your fucking slimy hands
Yeah.
off of our turkey.
yeah, that could have been what it was.
Yeah.
But I got to have some the next day.
That's good.
Sure.
Well, I mean, look, I feel like maybe you should honor yourself this year. I'm going to honor myself.
Well, I'm not traveling this year, so I'll be preparing
You know,
everything.
that year-
I kind of order half and get half because there's a lot of movement. Like I said, my oven's not big enough to cook turkey dinner, so we'll go to another house that can fit everybody and has a big oven, so I can prepare everything.
You want to know what I did that Thanksgiving? Because we were on that same trip to the Philippines.
Were we? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, of course we were.
So
Did you come home the same day?
Well,
Or were you in Philippines?
I had a really good idea. My idea was, you know what?
You hit the buffet.
Well,
They
yeah,
did
but that
turkey
wasn't
at
by
the buffet.
choice. It wasn't by choice. So I was like, you know what? Tony's gonna go home. He's got the family going on. He's gonna do his thing for Thanksgiving. And I'm like, I don't know who I'm gonna cook with this year because I was just recently out of a long relationship and was like in my like Eeyore phase. You know what I mean? Like moping around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And
Was?
yeah. Now I'm not moping. Now I'm skipping around
True.
the world. So, so I'm like, great idea. I'll just eat sushi during Thanksgiving for the weekend. I'm gonna go to Japan. So
All right.
I set up like hotels. I was all excited to go eat like every kind of katsu and sushi and whatever. And I had to go get a COVID test. And I found out
I remember
that
this
day
now. Yeah.
because you're supposed to get your test within 24 hours of your flight. So I got my test. I had a flight that night, and it says I'm like all excited and getting all my shit together. I'm packed.
Got your tickets, got your hotel reservations.
Everything.
Your dreams of sushi.
And the test comes back, and I'm like, it's in Japanese. And I look and I'm like, positive? And I'm like, no fuck. No way. I have COVID. Dude, and all of a sudden, it just, like when you know, I'm like, fuck, I have COVID. So I went down to the buffet at the Novotel, and they do their best.
Yeah.
It's a real nice hotel. And dude,
they have like a spread it's an international business hub center. So they have something for everybody. They have fish heads over here. They have the Indian section here.
Yep.
They have the pizza 24 hours a day. Pizza's out. Fried chicken.
Yes,
which
sir.
is big in the Philippines as well.
Yes, sir.
And they also had a turkey.
They had a turkey. So I had turkey with like tandoori chicken, like butter chicken. And I think I might have had like antipasta salad. And I remember being like, this is a Thanksgiving to remember. I am currently in the middle of a hotel.
Can't leave.
Probably should have a mask on. I'm just going to eat some turkey and probably not do this next year. Probably not sit at a hotel by myself.
Sad.
Eating
I'm sorry, dude.
antipasta.
I'm sorry I went home, but
no, listen, I'm glad you did.
what I go home for? What I got home to? A cold, dark house with no turkey.
Yeah, well,
I would have stayed there and had some cold leftover antipasti.
Guess what?
What?
I think this is our year.
All right.
You're gonna have a leg of lamb. I'm gonna have a turducken, and everybody else can.
I already got the turkey, but I'll save the leg of lamb. I'll do it.
All right.
I'll do it for Christmas, maybe.
There you go.
There we
the
go.
Perfect time to have it.
Right on.
Lamb of God.
I'll be back in Reno.
Oh, you will?
Come on over. We'll have some turkey. We'll have some leg of lamb.
All right, perfect. Well, we hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
And if anybody else wants to do the Turducken challenge, feel free to reach out to us on the OverSeasoned Instagram, and I will.
We have an email too. What's it called?
What will I do? It's Herd, right? Herd at OverSeasoned.
I always despise that term.
.us. Why do you hate Herd?
Herd?
Yes. It is such a restaurant thing. You think it's like a Philly thing.
No, we just say yes, chef. It is a Philly thing. Herd.
No, I think it's everywhere. You ever work in a restaurant? Nope. Only worked in an onion plant. Never forget that one. So, okay, well, Herd, because we want to hear you. We want to hear our
Got it.
Our
I get
peeps.
it. I get it.
And okay, so Herd at overseasoned.us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think since I want to support local business,
Of course. Who doesn't?
so I don't know that I can actually FedEx this thing though. It feels.
What are you FedExing?
I was going to say that if anybody wants to go on this turducken journey with me, that we could.
Give them your address.
Right. If anybody wants
All
to
of a sudden,
enjoy
we've upped
some
the
turducken,
size of the turducken to
yes, I'd rather get the one with the legs on it.
What
if
was
it
it?
exists.
Turduckino? What was it? The small one?
The baby one.
Turducklet.
Turducklet. Yeah. So if anybody wants to come have some turducken, you are welcome. You can try the world's best stuffing. And
Last question.
yes, tell me.
So it's what's that wine that comes out around Thanksgiving? They make a big push for it.
Beaujolais Nouveau.
Beaujolais Nouveau. Is that something you
Have with turkey?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yes.
Okay.
It
Right
is.
on.
It is. So Beaujolais, unfortunately, the great producers have gotten more and more expensive over the years.
It used to be
It
just
used
like
to
an
be $20.
inexpensive. It doesn't last. Like it doesn't have a long shelf life.
So
So it's-
Beaujolais Nouveau is like a young wine. It's
Right.
like a young table wine.
That's what the nouvelle part means, right?
Yeah, Nouveau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nouveau.
It's a young wine that comes from like the Burgundy area, but it's not.
Heavy red burgundy.
Yeah, it's,
right.
It's a more elegant, soft garnet kind of. Imagine if a cranberry were wine.
Okay.
Okay. Beaujolais Nouveau is fantastic, and it is a great Thanksgiving.
Is it the only time you drink it, or is there?
No, I actually, for a long time, Beaujolais was my go-to red wine because it's light, so you don't have to necessarily eat with it in order to enjoy it. A lot of big, heavy red wines require food if you're like gonna get through more than a bottle. So it's light, it's delicious, it's refreshing. You can put it on a little bit of ice and cool it down, but it's very like fun and like red fruit spectrum flavors.
Gotcha.
Strawberries, cherries.
Sounds great.
It's really good. But all these great producers that we all love, again, sommeliers ruin everything. We've really pumped these producers up. And now, I mean, it doesn't mean that they don't deserve to make their money. So, sorry. I'm sure that the Beaujolais producers I'm talking about would be
so you mean it's in
here.
higher demand, so it's driven the price up.
Yes.
It's not just kind of this easy drinking, quaffable.
It is easy drinking, quaffable, delicious. Some of it's ageable. So some of them are more
but
serious.
It's more expensive, you're saying.
But it's gotten much more expensive than it used to be. You can still get great Beaujolais at different levels of price.
Is Beaujolais Nouveau? Are they different?
So Beaujolais Nouveau is the wine that they release like
almost like
soon
for
after the
Thanksgiving.
harvest.
It's like they know who the market is. You see the signs up.
Yeah,
it comes out.
I think they've made that connection. It's essentially it's a harvest festival. So you're drinking the wines that were made that year. Like it's a fresh, young, like just clean, easy drinking wine.
Cool.
Right? But yeah, I would get some. If I were going to get any, if you could find it, I think my favorite is by a producer named Foillard. Foillard. For about $40-$50. It's fantastic. It's delicious. If you want to go a little bit less expensive, I think the classic one to go for is Raisin. I think it's called Gaulois. It's a wine.
Gaulois.
Yeah.
Like the cigarettes.
Galois.
Gaulois. It's like, it means like,
Raisin Gaulois.
Gaulois cigarette. You know Gaulois cigarettes?
No.
It means like, gosh.
Uh-oh. Can he find it?
I can't find it.
Third cupboard behind the marjoram. All right. Well, anyway, that's another great one. A great Beaujolais that you can go out there and look for. But I think in general, all light red wines and even like almost all white wines are welcome to this.
I think it means gypsy.
Gypsy?
I think it has something to do with gypsies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I hope you have the best Thanksgiving ever.
Likewise.
I hope it doesn't.
Let me know how it
include
goes.
Pasta salad.
Not this year.
And I'm fucking having the best Thanksgiving that anyone's ever had.
Right on.
Because I'm gonna have turducken, and you're not.
Right on. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
OverSeasoned podcast was brought to you by Over Easy Office, outsourced bookkeeping solution.